Welcome back to the Octopus Prime channel. Hope you all had a great Christmas with your friends and family. Sorry I haven't posted for a little bit. It was a little bit crazy busy around here, and then I got really sick for a week, along with my wife as well, and had to wait to recover from that so that I wasn't grossing you out on the camera. Today I'd like to demonstrate to you one of the n8n workflows that I use. I've noticed that some of my AI videos get quite a few views, and so I thought I would from time to time share a n8n workflow that I'm working on with you. And this is one that I use to summarize articles that I post on my LinkedIn page. And so I wanted to sort of walk through this with you. In one of my previous videos, I showed how to set up n8n. In even more previous videos, I showed how to set up server infrastructure for that kind of thing. But you can run n8n on any computer. Don't need a server. All you need is Docker installed, and I show how to do that in the video, I believe. And once you have n8n up and running, you can make workflows like what I'm about to show you. So it sounds pretty simple, summarizing a web page, but you might be surprised how many steps there are. So let me share my screen here. And so this is my article summary workflow. And so there's quite a few pieces here. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to just run the whole workflow so you can sort of see it in action. And then I'm going to go back through the pieces and explain how they work. Okay, so I've chosen an article here, for example, Bose open sources its Sound Touch home theater smart speakers ahead of end of life. You know, it's not a super long article, but I don't want to read it, and I want something short and concise that I can post on LinkedIn. So I'm going to copy that URL, and I'm just going to execute the whole workflow here. Now I have the URL as a sort of shortcut on my browser, so whenever I'm sitting in the evening watching TV with my wife and I'm sifting through articles, as I tend to do, and I find an interesting one, then I will just pop open the web page in a browser and paste the URL in and let it go do its thing. So let's see what that looks like here. So when I go to the URL, I would see a screen like this, right? And so I can paste in the URL of the article I want to summarize, and I click submit. And I can close this. So that can happen elsewhere than on this same computer, but to give you an idea, I can access that web URL on any computer on my home network here. So you can see here, it fetches the website, it extracts the body text, then it goes into an agent where it uses my Ollama AI to summarize the article, and it uses a text splitter to split it into chunks because you could have unexpectedly large articles. Then it changes my field names to something that I want them to be. Over here, it extracts the title only, not the body. Changes the field names, then merges the field names. Here I change the URL field name and I merge all of that together. And then at the end it sends an email. So let me show you what that looks like. So this workflow is now sitting there waiting for a response from me, the human, right? So I'm going to open this email in a new window here so that you can see it. Can I make it bigger? I can. So this is the email that I get from my agent. Okay, and so here's the summary. And if I read through this, you know, short glance here, looks pretty good. I have it include the link at the bottom, and then there's a decline or approve button. Okay, so if I like this, I can click approve. Let me minimize this here so you can see what happens. Watch what happens here in the sent email. It's sitting there waiting, actually. So once I click approve, it opens this page here that says, okay, great, I got it. It finishes the workflow then, and now the workflow is completed. Now, you could go further here. I have an if statement here where the user either approves it or doesn't approve it. You could go further then and have this, possibly automatically posted on your social medias or LinkedIn's and that kind of thing. I don't go that far, but I formatted my email nicely so that I can copy and paste the whole thing in one shot basically into LinkedIn, and I have control over that without paying for extra API access and all kinds of stuff like that. So now that it's run through the entire workflow, you'll see there's green check marks through each node. All of the nodes will have data to work with so that I can show you something, right? So if we look at them, on the form submission, I get this article URL, which is what I pasted in, right? And I get a date, time, right? If I go to the fetch website, so my input, so on this side of the screen is the inputs. I see the article URL. I use a HTML get node, so a get method. I feed it the article URL that I got from the form submission. I don't need any authentication or anything because we're just basically using a web browser to open the article and fetch the HTML. And then it outputs whatever it gets back. Okay, so it fetches that URL and spits out the results. Okay, so now I have all of the stuff, but there's a bunch of stuff in there I don't want. I don't want all of the sidebars, I don't want the footers, I don't want the headers, I don't want all the pictures and other paraphernalia that's in there. I just want I want kind of three things. I want the title of the article, I want the body text, and I want the URL of the article. Really, that's what I want to work with. So then I'm going to use an HTML node here to extract the body text. So the input is all of the stuff that the website returned, like everything. And now we're going to extract just the body text. So we're going to feed it. The input is the data, everything from the website, right? Then we can use CSS selectors to tell it what to look for. So really, I want all the text that's tagged as the body of the text, which is convenient, right? And it's going to return the text of whatever's in the body. And I want to ignore images, navigation stuff, and links, because I don't need those in my summary. I just want a text summary. Okay, and so then the output is going to be just the article text that's tagged as the body, right? So it's not summarized yet. So then I feed it into an agent. So this agent here takes all of the body text, okay, and now we're going to summarize it. So I'm using a summarization chain, right? So an article could be huge. It could be 1 page or 100 pages. And you don't want to feed a 100-page article in one piece to an AI. It's too much. So what we have to do is split it into chunks. We have to chunk it. And so we have a prompt here. So the initial prompt is write a concise summary of the following, returning only the summary and absolutely no commentary or other text. I believe I found these examples online, possibly even directly from the n8n site. That's for the first chunk. And then on subsequent chunks, it says your job is to produce a concise final summary without commentary or extraneous text, returning only the summary. We've provided an existing summary up to a certain point, so then it will pull in the previous text from the previous chunk. We have the opportunity to refine that existing summary, only if needed, with some more context below. And then we feed it a new chunk. Given the new context, refine the original summary. If the context is useful, return the original summary, and then it returns the refined summary. So it sort of iteratively goes through the chunks, looks at the previous chunk, and adds into it, and gives you a new summary. There's different ways to do this. There's a lot of different ways to do this. I found this is using this way give much smoother transitions between the chunks, where you didn't have repeating information maybe, or like disconnects between one sentence and the next sentence, like that kind of thing. Okay, so it's going to go ahead and do this. It's going to split into chunks, feed it to the AI, and then its output text is going to be the summary. And so you can see the output here. So let's take a look. So we have this recursive character text splitter. So the AI agent node uses this to split up the text into chunks of 1,000 with no overlap. There's no settings, no non-default settings set here. And so it's going to feed each chunk to the AI. You can see here the AI ran 7 times. So it ran once for every chunk that it got. And so I use an Ollama chat, but you could just as easily use ChatGPT or Claude or Google Gemini or whatever you have an account for. I happen to like private AI that doesn't sell so I'm not selling my soul to them. Ollama keeps no data of any kind. You can use their private models for free up to a certain point, and they have pro pricing as well, and there's no logging on their servers for anything you're doing. It just processes your data, and that's it. And I have another video that I've done previously all about that if you want to learn about AI and workflows and productivity. So I connect this Ollama chat model into the AI agent node, right? And so it gets all those chunks of the article, and then it uses that prompt that I showed you there to build the summary. So I can choose any model that's available in my Ollama account. One of the benefits of using Ollama is you get access to all of these models. It doesn't cost you anything more. You pay once and you have access to all of these beautiful models. I was trying out Mistral today. It's a newer one that they added. I actually really like the Mistral and Mixtral type models. It does that, and then it spits out some text. So now I also come here after I've fetched the website and extract the title only in this branch. So it feeds the whole website in there. I do the same thing. I take the whole website, use a CSS selector, say I only want the title, return me that text. And so here you can see on the output, it returned only the title. So super convenient. Okay, and then here I have some change summary fields from both of these branches, right? So I'm going to go on this one, and I'm going to basically say, take this output text, so my summary, and rename the field to body, right? And same thing here, take the output text that had the title and rename it to title, because I want some field names that I don't have to decipher later when I'm building things, right? So then I merge those. So it takes those two things and merges them. From the original form submission, it also pulls in the URL, right? And then it maps it to a URL field name. So in the end, what happens here, it merges the title, the summary, and the URL. So if I go in here, you can see the output of that merge node is the body, the title, and the URL. So now I have fields with names that mean something, and now I can do something with them. So then I go send the email. So you set up your SMTP account credentials in n8n, and then you can use an SMTP account, and you can set up these send and wait, what from email to use, what to email to use, any piece from the input you can use for the subject, but I want to use the title, and then I want the message to contain the body and the URL. And I want the response type to be approval, and types of approval, approve and disapprove, approve button label, disapprove button label, disapprove button style, etc. So that's what formats the email that I get, right? And then it's going to sit there and wait. So on wherever you're running n8n, you can launch multiple workflows. So I could feed it 10 articles to summarize, and each of those things is going to spawn a new process, and then it's going to sit there and wait for that email verification. And once I get the email and I click approve or disapprove, it's going to complete this node and then pass the answer back on to this if statement. And then it can either go on and post to your social media automatically for you. Again, I don't want to do that for myself, but you can. Or since I have nothing connected to the end of the if node, it just terminates at that point. So that is the whole workflow here. for an article summarizer. And it actually works quite well, and I can just copy and paste the whole content of that email directly into my LinkedIn, and then my subscribers there can see. So this is sort of what an n8n workflow looks like. This is a simpler one, and it's using an AI agent in the mix to summarize it, but you can see that there's normal nodes like normal HTML and text splitting and stuff similar to what you would do if you were programming Python or something like that, right? So you don't need to know any programming for this, but it helps if you understand programming to build some of these things. I'm working on some more complex n8n workflows, and once those are ready and production ready that I'm using them myself, then I will also show you those and share how they work with you. So I hope you found this useful, and maybe it's a bit of an n8n tutorial and just showing how I use something in my day-to-day life with n8n. This sits there running on my cluster server, and I paste a URL into a web page, and I get a nicely formatted email, and I approve or decline it, and then it's ready to go for my LinkedIn account. So it's actually quite useful to me. I know it sounds simple, but hopefully I hope this helps somebody out there. If you like my channel, please like and subscribe. It helps me, and I'm trying to build my viewership. If you like what I'm doing, share it with others. And if you have any suggestions for other content you'd like to see, have any questions for me, feel free to send messages on YouTube. I do try to get to every message and answer it, or at least read it for sure. And if it doesn't require an answer, I might not answer. But if you have any suggestions, I'm always happy to hear from you guys, and would love to see some of the things that you guys do. Anyway, you guys have a great day, and I will see you again very soon.